Hi guys, this video will show you how to use the Ajax technique into your web application. If you go to the internet and search for Ajax, there are tons of the definition and instruction of how to use it, but basically the Ajax is about updating part of the web page without refreshing the whole content. So furthermore to say, I would like to go right to the coding action. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show on the student's name and program to the browser, and I also create another form to adding a new student and program to the database. And in the same time, I'm going to use the Ajax technique to load the content of the student name and program to the browser without the need of refreshing a page. So that's how I'm gonna do in this tutorial. So now if you go back to the previous db.php that we learned so far, so we have the function called show on student, and I made a change in the query here, so it's gonna show the result in the object form, so I can access each property of the results in the browser. So now if you go back to index.php, I'm gonna create the table, and actually not here. So I'm going to create a table and to show the result here. So trth show id. I'm going to show student name and the program, and the t body I'm gonna leave it blank for now, and I made an ID for it like student results. Okay, and to use Ajax you need to include the jQuery library here. So if you go to the jQuery website and go for download, and I'm not going to download the whole file of the jQuery. I just want to use CDN, which is this one, and I'm going to copy it and paste it to the head tag here. So now if I go down a little bit and I'm testing to make sure the jQuery is fully implemented. So function, I'm going to echo out the hi friendly message. So if I go back this one and refresh, okay, so now it works. Okay, so now I have a table that will show and load the student data from the database, and I also need to create another form to add the new student and program to the database as well. So I'm going to create a new file called just call it add.php, and I want to paste the whole content of this one so I don't need to code again. And inside here I'm going to create a form. Okay, so it's going to be add new student, form label, and it's going to be student name, and it's going to be program. And inside here I want to make a select the drop down list so they can select the course from this one. So program list, and inside here I have the option name. Actually that's value, sorry. So it's going to be web development, and the text for this one will be the same, and this one is event management, And last one I want to create is UX design. So UX design. Okay, so now if you go to add a PHP, you will have the form like this. Okay, so now we want to catch the submit event and grab those values and post it to the database. So let's open the PHP tab, and I need to require the DB class so I can use the add student function here. So db.php and if a set post bdn submit. Actually, I'm gonna put it here so if we file this code whenever I put the submit button. Otherwise, if put it here, it's gonna like consume the memory, so it's not good practice. So require ones. Okay, so student name equal post of the, or I'm not making it. Okay, student name ID. Okay, so student name here, and I have also the program list post program list post student program list. Okay, and then if empty, it's good to give the form some basic validation. So actually I'm gonna put some error message here. So div class error message, I'm gonna echo out error message, and I need to put it like outside of the submit button, so we act as the global variables. So, error message equal please enter student name. Okay, and else if empty program list, just in case, it's gonna echo out please select your program. Else I'm gonna initialize the new DB class, and I'm gonna assign the results from the function of adding new student here. So it's gonna be DB access to add student, and I want to pass in two parameters, which is the student name and the program list. And so if the results, like the number of rows that added to the database, so if it's greater than 0, which means it's successfully, else I'm gonna error no row no student added to DB. Okay, and if yes, I'm gonna say student name added to DB. Okay, so now if I just go back to the add function, we'll try to add some like severe submit. Okay, severe added to the database. Okay, go browser. Okay, so now I successfully add a new student to a database. So my job for now is I want to, when I add a new student to a database, it will then automatically load the new student to the browser without I need to refresh it. So to do that, just go back to the index page.php And inside, so now we're gonna do the Ajax method in the script. So it's gonna be function, and inside function, this is how you declare the Ajax syntax here. So it's gonna start with $.ajax, open bracket, and open curly and close bracket, and you press enter. Don't forget to put the semicolon here. And inside the Ajax block, there are four parameters for the post method and 3 parameters for the get method. So we start with the method. The method we are using here will be the get, because we want to get the result from something without posting it. So now we're gonna use get, comma, go and press enter. And the next parameters is the URL, which is the page that you want to get the result from. So for now we just put like load.php, but I'm gonna create it after we done initialize the Ajax syntax here. So that's the URL, and go down. The last parameter for the get one is the success. So if the result successfully fetched from the server, which is fetch from the load of PHP, we're gonna send the package, which is the data here, to the browser. So success colon function data and curly bracket, and inside the success block you want to output the data here to the student result here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna assign the data result to the student t body. So it's gonna be this one .html, and you passing the data to this one. Okay, so this is how you declare the Ajax get method to get some data from something. Okay, so now if I just want to, let's say I want to, for every 1 second it's gonna fetch the result from the load.php and show to a browser. So to do that you need to put this Ajax one into the set interval function. So it's gonna and set to 1000 millisecond, which is the 1 second. So for every 1 second it's gonna fetch the result from a load.php here to the browser. Okay, so now if I create a new page called load.php, and inside load.php I'm gonna require the DB class so I can use a show display on student. So db.php. Okay, and I'm initialize a new DB class, and I want to get the result from show on student here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna assign to something like results equal DB show on student. I want to look through the result and get some. Actually, I want to look through the object called result here and access to its properties. So results as item, and inside here I'm gonna display in the table format, which is tr td. I need to show ID, student name, and program. So item ID, item, and student name. Item, program. Okay, so what it does is if I go back to index page, I leave this one blank because this will show the results by fetching the data from the load.php and pass it back to the table body here, so which I'm doing here. So if I go back and refresh, maybe some syntax is here. Yeah, unexpected token in 25. Okay. Interval function. Let me see, set interval function. Oh, I forgot the open and closing bracket in the function. Oh, what noob. Okay, so it's another error, so it's good to debug and get experience from it. So it's in line 10. Oh yeah, I forgot the concatenation dot here. Yeah. Okay, so now it works. So if you open a new page and go to the add one, so let's say I want to add a new student, so which is and this guy might be Laden or something. This guy want to learn UX design. If I click submit, you see here without refreshing, it's like fetching the new data and put it back to the browser. So if I create a new student called Donald Trump, and this guy wants to learn how to code the web, click submit. Yeah, so a new student has been added to the database and fetch from a load.php and pass it back to the index.php. So this is how you use Ajax to load some content in the database without refreshing the page. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to use post method in Ajax technique. Thank you very much. Bye.